The sooner I find my brethren, the better, if they're even still alive.
He slings a quiver of arrows across his back and nods.
Eyes sharp.
Stay by me, and you'll not fall. And if you should, I'm sure the God King will find you worthy.
Tell me again what's waiting for us.
Shriekers, the Black Ring brutes spoke the truth.
We'll need a purging one to defeat them.
You! Stop! Explain yourself! Business. With the Godwoken.
The elf's deep golden eyes go wide with recognition. A strange smile dances across his mouth, and he starts to roar with laughter.
You! The gods chose you as their champion? Run home, little godwoken. You find only death here. You speak loudly, young godwoken, but I see only a barking dog. You are not worthy of this temple. Leave. Run back to your hearth. Cower there while death searches for you.
The laughter dies from the elf's eyes, replaced with weary seriousness.
Good. It is proper that the godwoken should not be so easily pushed away. Too many are not ready for the trials ahead. You may proceed. You find no threat here. Not from me, at least. The island is not overrun. This temple stands strong. The other gods were clearly not as powerful as Delius. In his fortress, the Black Ring do not succeed. They do not kill the godwoken, but they do not fail. Now, knights and godwoken both cower behind monsters, tied to sticks.
The elf raises a bushy eyebrow.
One demands from one's lessers. I am your equal, godwoken. Once, I stand where you stand. My gods chosen, fighting to be the divine. The trials do not kill me, but neither do I triumph. Another becomes divine, and I remain here to serve Delius and protect his chosen. It is not the place of a knight to reveal such things. We walked your path once. You must discover it yourself, as we did. Turn to the gods. Their guidance alone will lead you. May Zor Stissa ever watch over you. The others seem to have made this place into a stronghold. This is where we part ways, I think. Thank you. Until next time.
Save your children.
Speak, godwoken, but be sharp. I am a knight of Delius, one of the last living knights on this island. Once I could stand with you, my god's chosen champion. Godwoken. I do not ascend, but nor do I die in the trials. So I dedicate my life to Delius and protect the godwoken that come here.
Hear my prayer. Save your children.
They have come to stop the ascension. They are doing all they can to kill the godwoken and defile our temples, but we will not be so easily cowed. Speak, godwoken, but be sharp. Time passes quickly.
The bear gives you a serious look. She opens her mouth wide, her great fangs on display for you. Then she clears her throat.
Can I ask you a philosophical question? Okay, then. If a tree falls in a forest and the whole place is covered in death fog, does anyone care? I escaped. Thousands didn't. They barely had the time to scream.
Hear my prayer. Save your children.
She gives you a long, wet-eyed look. Her lip begins to tremble, which on a bear is an impressive sight. She tries not to cry.
I thought no one cared. I thought no one cared but elves and bears. This gives me hope, this does. Lots of hope. Oh, thank you.
With a sigh, she turns away. The priestess is oblivious to you. Instead, she's locked in frantic, desperate prayer.
Almighty Duna, save your children. Deliver us from the void. Almighty Duna, save your children. Deliver us from the void. Oh.
Ho there, hopeful. I belong to Tirsen Dilius. To whom are you sworn?
With ease, sister. We're safe now.
Almighty Duna, hear my prayer. Save your children.
Useless.
Can I interest you in a short discussion about the merits of Tirsen Dilius, the poet of the woods, the god of the elves, and
The being inside you rumbles a very clear no.
Useless.
Because, my friend, when I offered myself to her, she never answered. I was God-woken, and I failed her. But she, too, failed me. When she learned that I could not crush my own compassion, Zolstissa deserted me. She deserted all of us.
A voice within suggests he just wasn't good enough. He didn't know enough, hadn't developed his powers as best he should, wasn't ruthless enough. He failed because of himself.
I renounced her, and Tirsen Dilius came to me. He soothed me with his gentle words, and I was whole once more. He could do the same for you, if you would have him when you fail. I prayed to the altars of all 7 gods, all across the island, and pledged my allegiance. You must do the same, and hope they hear you. But most of all, you must be ruthless, where I was not. I prayed to the altars of all 7 gods, all across the island, and pledged my... You must be ruthless, where I was not. That I do not know. I prayed at each altar, heard nothing but Tirsen Dilius' voice in the whispers of the trees. Tirsen Dilius tells me all is well.
Almighty Duna, hear my prayer. Save your...
You are a priest of the kin, your face raised to the sun, your blood warming to the heat upon your skin. All is well, and then all is not well. Cries of war come from the shore, and death comes quick.
Bid ease, sister. We're safe now.
The elven priest fervently prays.
Tell us what to do, brave Ter Sandelius. The Black Ring are on the threshold, and yet they fear us. I know it. They fear who we are. They fear the elves.
Have you been to the temple of Zolstissa? Is the King's Knight safe? Is Zolstissa's chosen champion safe? Such dreadful news. I thank you for your kindness, but I fear that all is lost. I shall pray for his redemption, and for ours.
He lowers his head, closes his eyes, and silently begins to pray. His head stays bowed, his
This is incredible. What a structure.
There might be nothing like this left in the world. Not since Lucian used the death fog on the elves.
A customer. Perhaps you'd like to trade. Find something to safeguard your...
His lascivious eyes flick over you to skin-crawling effect.
vulnerable flesh. A distant place called Nemesis. I couldn't resist the lure of this world, though. Such bloodshed and despair truly does loosen purse strings.
eternity, my child. An eternity by our God King's side.
And the Divine Order?
Servants, slaves, laborers, food. They shall serve many purposes. must hold. The temple must hold. The temple must hold. We held them off. We held them off. We held them off, and Alexander was saved.
The spirit of a Black Ring witch stands over her remains, loudly petitioning the sky above.
Please, my king, raise me again. The Shriekers are so close, I didn't have time to flee. I'll be swift the next time, I promise.
The spirit of a hulking Black Ring warrior lurches right towards you, brandishing a spectral great axe. The spirit of the warrior storms right past you, his axe raised over his head. Suddenly, you hear the echo of a shriek, and something blasts right through the warrior's torso, like he was made of parchment. He topples forward, a gaping hole visible in his back.
Make trade.
The creature runs a black tongue across its maw while staring at you hungrily. For a brief moment, you see row upon row of jagged teeth stretching right back to its gullet.
A distant, hungry place. Your war draws me. Make trade, or leave.
Eyes closed, the tiger seems to be praying.
I am the last of my hide, my stripe, my streak. All of us but I fell dead in the mist when the two legs had their war. I pray to thee to bring us back, to save us from our end.
She cocks her head to listen to a voice you cannot hear.
If the covenant be in good faith, O black-winged god, and all the forest tigers shall return, then I shall accept your...
She opens her eyes and turns to you.
Or what? Shall you kill me with your fog of death like you did my cousins? This is our only chance to live.
She closes her eyes. A low growl rises in her throat.
They all shall die, my king, and I shall start.
She stares directly at you and bares her teeth.
With the she-lizard.
The leaves of the altar rustle, a gentle murmur on the breeze. You lean in, a sweet smell wafting around you, the smell of fresh wood, of blooming flowers, of a gentle summer's night. The scent fills your mind and your vision starts to swim. You blink and find yourself standing in a dark glade. On the wind, you hear a whisper, "God woken." You turn towards the voice and see the broken body of a fawn. A raven is perched upon its head, pecking at the gory hollow that once held its eye. You're about to turn away when the body twitches. "God woken," it whispers. The raven turns its gore-streaked beak towards you. Its eyes are a deep bloody red. "God woken," it croaks. The fawn's breathing is shallow and ragged. "I need to heal," it murmurs. "Please, I need your life's energy, please. I need your blood." As your blood touches the deer's lips, its head lurches forward, clamping its mouth over the wound. You can feel half of your vitality slowly drain away. You pull your arm back, breaking the connection, and see that the deer has grown too long in sizes. It gets to its feet, kicks something towards you, and stalks away. You pick up its gift, a round white stone, and are getting ready to leave when you feel a cold, heavy thump on your shoulder. You look up into the fierce red eyes of the raven. "I see you, God woken," it croaks. "I see you." The blood-flecked beak lunges at your eye, and you feel it. You feel it tear through the lid, through the jelly, and crack against bone. You stumble back, grasping at your face. Your eyes are fine, but the altar is changed, with the crescent moon hacked into the wood. As you leave, you can't shake the dull, thudding ache in your eye.
I am at the ready.
Protect the bishop no matter the cost.
I am at the ready.
Godwoken, the Mother Tree calls you. Follow the spirit. Climb to the heart of the tree. The Mother awaits.
Nothing to me, Alexander.
Protect the bishop no matter the cost.
I am at the ready.
Lower your weapons. Gareth, listen to me.
I have heard enough! Your words mean...
I will have your head, Seeker.
Be at ease, Magister Rowe. Weapons down. Gareth, I have done you a grave injustice. I was deceived, and I was too weak, too naive to see it.
Alexander holds his hands outwards towards Gareth, his blade resting flat across his palms, a gesture of goodwill and peace. Whatever Alexander's reply might have been, it is drowned by Gareth's alarming chuckle.
Godwoken, have you come to witness the death of the noble coward? How fortunate. You can tell the tale of Lucien's other wayward son. This slug defends his own cruelty on the basis of ignorance. He expects me to forgive him for everything he's taken from me. Every fallen seeker, every friend, every slain Godwoken. My own parents. He says this to me while their flesh still rots in the graves I dug for them. I've forgotten nothing. Alexander, you are the sinner, yet the gods have allowed us to suffer for it. I would kill you 100 times over if given the chance.
Gareth looks to you, then to Alexander. He digs his teeth into his lower lip until blood seeps out from the tender skin. The silence is thick, yet neither Gareth nor Alexander move.
You are not Damien. You are not Damien. Damien. My sins have been as great as yours, Alexander. I've just been too blind to see them. It's just your father. You could forgive Alexander when I could not, Godwoken. I hope you show me the same kindness. I will meet you aboard the Lady Vengeance when you are ready.
That seeker was out for my blood. You have most impressive skills of persuasion, sorcerer. My destiny was unveiled to me in the Hall of Echoes, at last. I realized how Dallas had been sabotaging me all along. She had her accomplice, Friedemann, pose as someone who could train me how to master my God-woken powers. But it was a lie. They sought to hinder, not help. While I was being occupied by Friedemann, Dallas began taking over the Order. I confronted them once I returned from the Hall of Echoes, and the pair of them tried to kill me. They must be Black Ring agents, tasked with preventing me from ascending. They won't succeed, though. I know what needs to be done, and I have good, loyal Magister and Paladin companions to help me see that it is done. I was born for this duty. As long as he lived, my father groomed me to take his place, to speak for the gods. And make no mistake, divinity is a duty, not a reward. Others may be able to claim the mantle, but only I can shoulder the burden, the responsibility. Make no mistake, Godwoken. I do not need to work with you. I will enter the council when I am fit and ready. But you are desperate. That much is clear. Make yourself of use to me, and I shall help you unlock the council. You must strike down the one who leads the Black Ring on this island. That is my price. Do you really think the future Divine should take such risks? Besides, you're the one seeking help. Perhaps you can put your murderous skills to use for the greater good. Perhaps, but I doubt you'll live long enough to find it. There's a price on your head wherever you go on this island, Godwoken. Farewell.
You're thinking the same thing. Alexander wants to be the new Divine.
Divinity requires a certain strength of character this whippersnapper woefully misses.
Far be it from me to judge the plain, simple mind that dwells within that man's skull. But no. Simply no.
He hardly has his father's qualities. Besides, he's not to be trusted.
It's good to be back with my comrades again. I thought I was done for.
Keep your hands where I can see him. Bishop Alexander's our responsibility. We ain't no seekers. We'll die protecting him.
Step carefully, stranger, and do as the divine order tells you. Paladin and Magister alike serve Alexander here, and so should you.
She gives you a cool and steady look. She looks to Alexander. With a slow nod, he bids her speak.
I followed Alexander. My loyalty is to him. More of us should be by his side, but not all would leave their posts. Do you have news of Thumb? Who was lost?
She listens quietly as you recite the list. Fulchard, Laurie Godfrey.
Lord Godfrey was my friend. I'll hold my tears when weeping comes, and I'll avenge my darling one.
Tears rise at the corner of her eyes, and she turns away.
Mother, you don't look well. How vulnerable you are. At heart.
I am the scion of the Mother Tree. Her heart speaks through me.
The scion of the Mother Tree. Let me talk to her, please. She and I have business. I have the Shadow Prince's heart. Enjoy.
The scion eats the lizard's heart, one chamber at a time. 1, 2, 3, and then it is gone. She holds her hand out.
This may aid you on your journey. It is a powerful rune. You may use it as you wish. Sabine. Your actions cause great pain to the Mother. You cause great pain to all elves when you run from duty. You cause great pain to yourself. But now you are here. The Mother forgives. It is time for you to fulfill your destiny. You are the prime scion. You are the daughter of the Mother Tree. You are the one that will replace her. You must take root now. The Mother is sick. Soon she dies. It is time. The elves need a new mother. They need you. Take root, Sabine. The Mother demands it of you.
This is a momentous decision. I'm not entirely certain. You're right. I'm the prime scion. I cannot refuse.
Bless you, Sabine. I bow before the Mother. Now close your eyes and listen to the heart. Become one with the heart.
Sabine closes her eyes for what seems only a moment, then opens them wide with a gasp.
I heard the great ancestral heartbeat. Louder and louder, in unison with mine. It felt as if my mind, my single palace became a city, then an empire, then a whole world filled with every morsel of knowledge and power ever accumulated by any elf since the birth of the species. It was daunting. It was too much. It was far too much. It was perfect. When I opened my eyes, I knew I was no longer the same woman. I'm more. I'm a people. Its fate and its future.
You feel it, don't you, Sabine? You are now the heart. Go on from here to become our god as well.
There's no time to waste. And I remember saying I'd probably never tell you. Then again, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told. So, here goes. No, hang on.
She retrieves a small flask from her backpack, uncorks it, and takes a big swig. Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here, have some joy.
You drink. It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies. Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera. There was, of course, some singing involved. It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see. He himself was darker than any shadow, but I could hear him. Hear him give orders to another. Stingtail. How he came to regret the actions he performed that day. The Master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks. He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until quite suddenly, His right hand became a flame. I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch. And all the while, the Master looked on in darkest silence. No, I'm quite all right, but thank you. So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the Master could make me obey his every command. Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities. It didn't take him long to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination. It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick. Grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the Master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror. When it was done, I crawled back to the Master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better. You understand me completely. With the needle, I killed him, and with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard is a master no longer. It feels magnificent, if somewhat unreal. But first things first.
You look on as Sabine bears her arm and drags her needle across the word master, like a knife, drowning the black ink in blood. With a few ripples of sauce, the wound closes, leaving behind but new scar tissue that effaces all trace of the hated word that was.
Thank you. You're such a sweetheart.
She laughs. Her cat eyes dance with mirth.
Now, it's over.
She hugs you back warmly. Next, she takes your hand in hers, meets your eyes in earnest.
I just can't thank you enough. I could never have defeated the Master without you. I owe you everything. But I do, and I won't forget. I am free now.
She places a hand over the fresh scar on her arm.
I've known the opposite too long to want to spend another day hollow with hate, another night hollow with loneliness. I most certainly can. If you show me a little love.
You kiss her on the cheek, and she laughs, full of life.
Bit strange to picture it, isn't it? To be rooted. Essentially, it means that my people's memories will become my memories. All of them. It means that when eventually I die, I'll become the new mother tree, as my roots join with those of all other ancestor trees all over the world. So, I guess that also means that when my time comes, you may have to water me once in a while. Excellent. That's settled then. You can recline against me with a good book, cherished in the shade I'll throw. Who knows? You may even be a god by then. Gods can talk to trees, can't they? Or chat. Of course, as Mother Tree, I will always be responsible for the entire elven race. Forever.
Your heart aches as you see a deep sadness pervade her.
I guess I forgot to say that being rooted also means I've given up on the dreams of freedom I so cherished as a child.
She laughs.
I have no idea what that means, but it cheers me up nonetheless. Oh, honey, you should be. It was a trust not lightly given, I assure you. The mere recollection of this tune, it haunts me. Sometimes, in dreams, I hear it whistled, and I fear it's real. I fear I'll never wake up again because it holds me enthralled in the night. And when I think of what it made me do, it's enough to make me want to flay whoever sings it.
She pats your shoulder awkwardly.
But darling, no need to tense up so. I'd never do that to you. Well, not unless you'd attempt to sing the song before we meet the master. But you're far too smart for any such shenanigans, aren't you? Of course you are. Now then, on a more serious note, how about a kiss? Come here.
A kiss, a sweet, stolen moment.
See? I told you we should do this again sometime.
The mother would bid you leave. Do not wait for her to change her mind.
Sabine touches your arm.
Look, it's Sahela.
Sabine, it is so good to see you once more. I must speak with you. It is of the greatest importance. At last I see clearly. I know what must be done. The mother is sick. She is weak. Her grip slips at last. You make her so. You kill her scions. You are strong now, Sabine. You are prime scion. You are God-woken. This is a unique opportunity. The impossible is now possible. Kill her. Free us from her tyranny. Please finish what you start. One more kill. You must strike at her heart. Do this for me. Do this for all of us. Set us free.
I cannot. I did my duty as prime scion. I am rooted, Sahela. I will be the new mother tree one day.
You must not be. You must not be. Even if you are rooted, you can still undo the tyrant tree. I hope you change your mind, Sabine. You, who loves her freedom above all. Find her heart and destroy it. Set yourself free, Sabil. Set us all free.
There's no time to waste.
An empty pedestal stands before you. From the ostentatious nature of the carvings upon it, you can...
They took the realm.
An empty pedestal stands... The gem feels both extremely hot and extremely cold, and yet sits comfortably in your hand. Within the crimson crystal, a galaxy of stars seems to twinkle, and beyond the stars lies a strange and wondrous realm. The stars swirl and move, and form a face, the face of an imp.
Looky, looky, looky here. What's red and black and blue all over? Wrongly, 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 wrong! Your eye decides. Your eye! Now, looky, looky, looky here! If you have 3 eyes and take away 1, how many eyes are there? Last chance! How many eyes? Oh! Rightly right! Oh, very rightly right! Come inside!
The face dissolves, and the stars begin to swirl. And so too does your head, as you are taken to...
I've always wanted to see an impish pocket realm.
Me too. This is fascinating.
The machine is manipulating time itself. I'm in a hurry here.
Love is not the answer. Answer search continues. Love is not the answer. An acorn is not the answer, but it may be close. Closer than a chicken at least. Answer search continues. Order is not the answer. Answer search continues. A dream is not the answer. Answer search continues. Hostile threat detected. Executing operator extirpation in 3, 2... Extirpation aborted. Returning to primary task. On touching the glowing ball of light, text appears before your eyes. Threat de-escalated. Returning to primary task. Answer search running. What is the universe? Answer not yet found. Search incomplete. Estimated search time, 358,910,227 years. Estimated search time, 358,910,227 years. Abnormal seismic activity threatened primary task operations. Operator sabotage suspected. To protect core functionality and data retention, first-level security measures were activated. Operator submitted override string. Large quadrupeds are playing with the framing device. The likelihood of quadrupeds having the capacity of play was calculated at 1 in 2. The likelihood of an operator lying about quadrupeds shaking the framing device was also calculated at 1 in 2. Operator's manner and language indicated hostility to the machine. Operator was identified as most likely primary threat. Extirpation was deemed the safest and most logical action. Threat de-escalated, returning to primary task. Infinity is not the answer. Reach out to touch the altar. Its cold surface a curious foil to the thrumming and clanging metal that surrounds you. Your vision clouds, your head swims, and when the fog clears, you are still standing in the Imp Temple. You look around in confusion. This doesn't seem right. There's a cough behind you. Turning, you see Xanteza. Not some allegorical figure, not some awe-inspiring god, just her. She's leaning against one of the struts on the platform, taking you in. Moon, she calls, her face placid. There's a sigh as she rubs the bridge of her nose. Scholars, always thinking too much and knowing too little. But perhaps you're not a lost cause. She thinks you still might be able to do the right thing. She invites you to reject your god. Deep within, you can feel your god stirring, hissing like a snake. She clarifies that she's not asking you to support her, just not to be beholden to your god. To think for yourself, to make choices that you think are right, not what some half-dead god demands. She shrugs. Damned if she knows, but that's the situation. You can walk away with her word, or reject your god and be sure. Your god flies forth, grasping at Xanthus' neck, but her hands connect with nothing. She spins, confused and snarling. The imp's image shimmers, solid as any mirage, and fades to nothing, leaving only an echo of laughter and a bright moon shining down from above. A chicken is not the answer. Answer search continues.